Welcome everyone to another edition of the Creators TechConnect Series. For people who have joined new, Creator TechConnect Series is a month-on-month free webinar that we conduct where we mainly concentrate on the technical nuances inside the Creator platform. Hi, my name is Sai Kumar and I'll be the speaker for today. I am part of the Creator training team. Before we get started into the session, we have a few housekeeping rules that is to be followed, where all attendees will be on mute at all times. Please post your questions in the questions tab. A recording of this session would be sent to all the registrants so that you can go ahead and revisit the sessions that you are viewing. And please participate in the polls and surveys that are being conducted at the end as well. We have a quiz contest that we are conducting. Go through the whole session today. We'll be asking a few questions at the end. The top 5 correct answers and the winners will get 25% discount on our online training workshop that we conduct for business users as well as associate developers every month. So you'll be getting a 25% discount on our online training workshops. So stay tuned for the quiz contest as well at the end. Now let's go ahead into the session. In today's session, we'll be seeing custom widgets and extensions in Zoho Creator Part 2. Now, for people who have joined new into the session, this is a 3-part series, a session that we are running from January. And this is the second part of the 3-part series. The first part had custom widgets and extensions in Zoho Creator. And the second part is this session that we are seeing now, which is extension widgets, wherein we'll be seeing extensions that are existing in Zoho Creator Marketplace. And then in the next session, which is coming up next month, we'll be seeing widget extensions and its development and how we can feature the extension widgets that we have developed into the marketplace. So this is the 3-part series that we have planned. Now let's dive into the agenda for today. So let's see what is in store for us today. We have first the recap of last month's session. For people who have not attended the last month's session, we'll be giving you a small recap of what we had covered. And then we'll start with extensions in Zoho Creator. Then we'll get into what are the requirements and the installation process of widget extensions with regards to Zoho Creator. And we'll be showcasing a few widget extensions, and we'll be seeing how you can manage these extensions as well. And we'll have a small demonstration of the widget extension. And we'll also be discussing about the key pointers that needs to be noted while we are using these widget extensions. Now, let's get started with the session where we'll first start with a recap of custom widgets and extensions in Zoho Creator, which happened last month, where we covered in detail about what are widgets and what is the process of creating widgets in detail. And then we delved deep into the JS API concepts and its capabilities with widget extensions, right? So with widgets, we talked in detail with a demonstration about JS API and its capabilities. We also discussed about certain key pointers that needs to be noted with regards to JS API and the scope of JS API, how you can push data from the application into the widget and from widget into the application as well. My co-trainer would be sharing the YouTube link for the webinar that happened last month so that you can go ahead and revisit it later as well. Let's see what are extensions in Creator. Extensions are pre-built software components for a Zoho Creator where we have it as widgets in Zoho Marketplace. So these are add-ons which can be installed, and it provides an additional functionality or sometimes an additional feature as well. So using the Zoho developer platform, you can develop your own extensions wherein you can build your own extensions using the Zoho developer platform, and then you can host these extensions or update these extensions into your Zoho's marketplace so that you can go ahead and charge a fee or have it free for other users as well. These extensions can be installed once and you can use it across different applications as well inside your own account. Now let's see what is Zoho Marketplace. So Zoho Marketplace is where you have all the custom apps and custom extensions that are available for a host of Zoho suite of products, wherein you already know that with a lot of developer tools that are available with Zoho, you can develop widget extensions and custom apps for some products, right? So when you have the opportunity to develop tools, you need a place to host these tools and feature these tools, or feature these extensions as well, correct? For that, we have Zoho Marketplace, where in Zoho Marketplace, you can go ahead and feature your widget extensions or custom apps that you are developing so that other users can go ahead, use them. You can charge a small fee or you can give it for free, and they can go ahead and use them for their application and their business use case. So this is about Zoho's Marketplace. Now, when we talk about developing the widget extensions, we can do that in Zoho Developer Platform. So with the Zoho Developer Platform, which is a free cloud platform for developers, you can create a ready to deploy cloud applications, and you can also have widget extensions being created from here as well. So we'll be seeing in detail about how you can create widget extensions as a developer and how you can host it in the marketplace as well in the coming session next month. So stay tuned as well for that. Now, when we want to install these extensions into our creator account, right, there are few requirements that needs to be adhered with. The first one being you need to have the latest version of Creator, which is Creator 6. And then you need to be in one of the paid versions, which is, or paid plans, which is standard, professional, or enterprise. And once you install the extension, the installation process and the management of the extension can be done by the super admin, and the other users can view and access the extensions, right? They can't go ahead and install or manage the extension. That can be done by the super admin only. And these are available for United States, Europe, India, and Australia DCs only. And then we have the installation of widget extensions. With the installation of widget extensions, you have three places where you can go ahead and get into Zoho Marketplace and install the widget extension that you are looking for your requirement, right? The first place being you can access the Zoho Marketplace inside the creator application itself. And then you have the Zoho Marketplace inside the operations section. Inside the manage section, we have operations. Inside the operations, we have the marketplace as well. And then we also have a Zoho Marketplace URL where you will have the widget extensions and the custom apps of all the products from the Zoho suite. Now let's look at it one by one. First, let's start with Zoho's creator application, wherein inside the application you can go ahead and use the marketplace. So you need to create a page. Inside the page component, you have widgets towards your left, and when you click on widget, you have installed and custom tabs, right? When you click on the install tabs, you have go to marketplace available. You can click on it, and that would take you to the Zoho Creators widget extensions that are available inside the marketplace. So we have kept this option inside the application itself so that it would be easier for users to go ahead and access the widget extensions that are available for Zoho Creator. The second would be, as I told you, inside the manage section, you have operations, and inside operations under applications, you have marketplace, right? So inside the marketplace, you can go ahead and manage the widget extensions as well as use the marketplace and install the extensions as well. We'll be seeing these in the demo. And the third way is you directly going and accessing the marketplace URL. My co-trainers would be sharing the Zoho marketplace URL wherein when you get inside, you can see the host of Zoho Suite products. And when you click on it, you will be redirected to the widget extensions that are available for that product. And we have creator in custom solutions. Since you can create custom solutions with Zoho Creator, we have it under custom solutions. You can click on the option of Zoho Creator and it would show you the widgets that can be installed as extensions. So when you click on it, this is the page that would appear where you will have a host of widget extensions which are from Zoho as well as from other customers and partners who have featured their widget extensions as well over here. Now that we have seen how to install the widget extensions and what are the places wherein you can install the widget extensions, now let's look at some widget extensions in Zoho Creator. The first one being organizational tree map for Zoho Creator, wherein by using it, you can display the hierarchical structure of an organization in a tree-like manner, wherein you can have nested rectangles which represent different categories and subcategories. And you also have another widget which would be very useful, which is called as timer for Zoho Creator. With a timer for Zoho Creator, you can set a countdown time which displays the timer as a countdown for the user as well. Now let's look at both these widget extensions one by one. First, let's start with organizational tree map for Zoho Creator. Now this organizational tree map for Zoho Creator helps in displaying the hierarchical data that is there in the organization in a more visually appealing manner. Right? It is easily navigatable, wherein you can go ahead and look at different levels of organizational hierarchy, and you can expand and reveal some categories and subcategories as well. Now, for the organizational tree map to work, there are few page parameters that needs to be created. For dynamic values to be passed, you need to have some page parameters like app name, so wherein you have to mention the link name of the application. Then you need to have the report name of the form that you are going to connect with, which is the report link name. And then you have the employee details, wherein you will have to mention the employee name as a parameter as employee. Then you have to have a field of photo, wherein you can enter the image of the employee. And then you also have employee subtext, wherein you can enter some details, for example, like designation, right? And the photo and the employee subtext parameters are optional, but it would make more sense to have a photograph and a designation as well, right? And then you have the reporting to as well. Reporting to would be a field that is being looked up to the employee name, wherein you can select the superior person who any employee is going to report to. So these are few of the page parameters that needs to be available for the widget to work. When we talked about the employee name and the lookup field and the image and single line, these are some of the fields which are prerequisites as well. Since we need to create few page parameters, you also need to have the fields so that you can give values as well, correct? So these are some of the necessary fields, like you need to have a name or a single line field to record the employee name. And then you need to have the image field to enter the image of an employee. And then you need to have the single line field for designation. And then you need to have the lookup, which would be a self lookup to the name field or a single line field, wherein the employee or a user enters the name of the employee. Now let's take a small use case of employee details application, right? In this employee details application, you will have a form with the details of the employee being captured, wherein you will have the name, and then you will have the photo, and you will have the designation, and you will have the reporting manager being looked up to the employee as well. With all this, we'll try to create an organizational tree as well, wherein we'll install the widget extension from the marketplace, and then we'll try the widget from the user perspective as well as the developer perspective. Now let's get started. So this is the dashboard of the application, right? Sorry, the dashboard of a creator. Now, in the top right corner, we have create solution. I click on create solution, click on application, and then I'll click on create from scratch. And let's create the application. I'll call it as employee details app, and I'll click on create application. And now I'll create a new form over here, right? I'll create it from scratch. I'll name it as employee details. I'll create a form. Over here, I'll populate the design slides over here with the name field. And I can also double click over here with the image, and I'll edit the field name in towards my right, and I'll call it as employee image. And now I'll add the single line field, and I'll call it as designation. And I'll also add the lookup field over here, and I'll look up to the name, which is, I'll select the form as employee details form, and I'll select the field as the name field over here. I'll click on done, and I'll edit the field name as reporting to. And now I'll use the decision box to give an option to the user to select if he or she is a reporting manager or not. So if he or she is a reporting manager, they can just go and select the checkbox, decision box over here, and they need not select the reporting to option from there, right? So I'll click on done. I'll access this application, the top right corner. Now let me enter a few details over here. I'll enter the name as David Francis. I'll give the designation as senior manager, and I don't have any reporting to option over here, right? For now, I'll select the reporting manager, and I'll click on submit. Now I'll enter another name. I have it as Prem Kumar, and I'll select the designation as manager. And here I'll select reporting to as David Francis, right? And I'll click on submit. Now we have entered a few data over here, right? Like two names with different designations, and I have a reporting manager as David Francis as well. Now, for us to use the widget extension, we need to get into edit this application, right? We'll get into edit this application, and we need to create a new page for it. So I'll click on add new, and I click on page over here. I'll create a new page, and I'll call it as employee details tree, and I'll create page. And here I'll drag and drop the panel, and I'll delete the element over here, which is the first element, and then I'll use the static text. I'll give out a heading as organizational tree map. I'll close this. And now we need to attach the widget over here, right? For that to happen, we need to get into the widgets, and then I have already installed the widget of organizational tree map and the timer, but I'll be explaining to you from where you can install the widget as well. Now You can get into the marketplace over here by clicking on this icon in the bottom corner in the box. And over here, once you click on it, it would take you to the marketplace wherein you can view the widget extensions for Zoho Creator. We have the organizational tree map over here. You can click on it, and this would open up the page where you have an overview of the organizational tree map for Zoho Creator. You have screenshots which would help you in the installation process and the process that has been followed after that as well. And you also have the resource documentation. So you click on it, you will have the resource documentation open, wherein you will have the prerequisites of page parameters and all the field name details as well. My co-trainers would be sharing the documentation. You can go ahead and view the documentation. And then now you can click on the install button in the top right corner. And this would open up a dialog box where you have few checkboxes that you need to check. If you want to allow vendors to contact you, you can check this box. And after reading the terms and conditions of the vendors and Zoho Marketplace, you can check these boxes and click on install. It's a very easy process once you install it. Now it would throw me an error since I have already installed. But if you install it for the first time, you'll be able to view the installed extensions over here in the installed extension tab over here. Now we'll come to the install extension and the maintenance of the extensions later. For now, I'll get into the application that we are developing, and I'll just drag the organizational tree map widget extension. And here in the top right corner, I have page variables and script, right? I'll click on it. And here I have different variables that I need to add depending upon the page parameters that we need to give for different widgets, right? So depending upon the widget extension that you are using, you'll be entering the page variables. For us, we need to have the app name, and the data type would be string. And then I'll add new. I'll enter the report name, and the data type would be string again, and I'll add. And here I'll add the employee. I'll add it as string. I'll add new again. And I'll enter the employee subtext as a variable, and I'll enter the string as well. Click on add. And here I need to have the reporting to as well, right? So reporting to would be the string. I'll add again. And here I'll add the image as well, right? So the image would be the photo and the string, right? So these are the different page variables that we are adding. So these are available in the documentation as well. You can go ahead and view the documentation, which would help you in creating the page variables. Once you create the page variables, you can get into the script. And in the script, I'll use input dot app name equals, and I'll enter the name of the application's URL, right? I'll get into solutions, and I'll get into the application that I am developing. And here, I'll get back again. So over here in the top right corner, you have 3 dots inside the tile, right? So you click on the 3 dots over here, and you have the summary option. Click on the summary option. This would give you the URL, right? You have a small edit option over here. Click on it. Just copy this. Once you copy this, you can go over here and paste it over here, right? So it is very easy. You can just copy the change URL and paste it. Now, once this is done, you need to get the input dot for the report name, right? So the report name would be the report link name. You can get into the application. All employee details is the report. I'll get into edit this application. And inside open report properties, in the top right corner, you have the rename option. Click on it. You'll have the report link name. I'll copy this. Click on done. You can go ahead, paste it over here as the report link name. Now you just need to fill out the other details from the form, right? Like form, the field link names of different entries that we have made. For it, you have refer fields in the top right corner. Click on it. You can just populate the employee details as name. I'll have input dot photo equals. I'll use the employee image over here. And then I'll use input dot. I'll have the reporting to equals. I'll enter the lookup field, which is reporting to over here. I'll copy this, paste it over here. And I'll also use the employee subtext, which is the designation field that we had created, right? I'll paste it. Now, once this is done, I'll close and I'll save it. So once you save it, I'll close the variables tab. And till now, we have seen the process from the developer perspective, right? Now, we'll see from the user perspective how we are able to view the widget extension, and then how you can create multiple nodes and branches as well in the organizational tree map. Click on done. I'll access this application. Now we had entered already two details, right? Immediately we are able to view the two entries that we had made inside the organizational tree map. Now what if I want to create another branch inside the organizational tree? Very easy. You can get into employee details. Let me enter a name as Sai Kumar. I'll enter the designation as IT head. And here, instead of clicking on reporting to and selecting an employee, you just have to select the reporting manager and leave this lookup field null. When you leave the lookup field null or without entering any value, what happens is it creates a new branch or an inside the organizational tree over here. Now you can enter values again from the new branch. Like for example, let's have Abhi. Okay, and let me give out a designation as CEO. And here, instead of David Francis Prem Kumar, if I select Sai Kumar over here, let me just change the designation into manager. And here I'll select it with Sai Kumar and I'll submit it. Now, when I get into the employee details, you can see I have an IT head and then I have a manager who is reporting to the IT head. I can click on senior manager and this would open the other branch of the organizational tree. You just have to have the lookup field as null over there, right? Now, we have seen the employee details application where we created and selected the organizational tree map, right? Now let's see how it looks like in a full-blown application as well. So here we have a human resource management application which has all the details wherein you can manage the human resources of recruitment, employee entry into the company. You have attendance, leave trackers, and announcements if you have to make any announcement to your organizational people, right? And when you add employees inside, you can have the same mandatory fields like name, photo, reporting to, is he or she a reporting manager, and other details that you need to capture. Once this is done, you can add the organizational tree map as a widget extension under the dashboard itself over here like this, right? So here, if you see, you have the whole company's details over here, like how many employees are there in the department, or what are the employees that are there in each location, right? And monthly joinees and resignees as a graph. And here you can see the organizational tree map as well. So this gives the user a holistic view of what is happening in the organization depending on the human resource perspective, right? Now I'll get back to the creator dashboard and I'll get into the presentation. Now let's see some of the other use cases with regards to the organizational tree map. First, we have seen the human resource management application, right? You also can use the employee portals as well, where you can show to the employees their organizational structure, who are they reporting to, who is under them, and you can also have an understanding of the employee management application better when you have the organizational tree map inside the application. You also can manage the company hierarchy better when you have an organizational tree map with subtext, and you can have the nodal points being created one after the other, where you can have the content being filled. Now, let's see some of the key pointers for the organizational tree map. First, the images that you are uploading will be seen only in the production environment. You can access the widget by configuring it in multiple places, like inside workflows, inside functions. You can access the widget by configuring it with custom actions inside the page reports, and you also can have it as panel actions in pages as well. So you can create different actions inside the page as well as in custom actions. So now we have seen the organizational tree map. Now let's move on to the timer for Zoho Creator widget extension. So this is a very interesting widget extension which allows users to quickly view the remaining time in a glance, right? This displays the time in real time, which allows users to track a progress such as different deadlines like finishing a project, an offer closing, or an event tickets being sold, or if there is any flash sales that are being done. There are a lot of use cases where you can use the timer for Zoho Creator. So the users can customize the duration based on their preferences as well. Now for the timer as well, we have a few page parameters that needs to be followed. One is the end time, which needs to be created so that dynamic values can be passed, so that you can enter an end time till which the timer or a countdown runs. And you also have the time zone, which is optional, where the preferred time zone can be entered, which is IST or GMT. Now, let's create a widget extension with timer for an event management application, right? So in the event management application, you will have an event form wherein you can create a new event, and you need to register for the event as well, correct? So we will have a registration form for the event where for the participants, we'll use the form inside a page, and let's also use a countdown as well. So with the countdown, we'll be able to show to the user that there is only a short period of time which is left for the tickets to be sold, right? So that would give more incentive for the user to buy the event tickets. So let's go ahead into the live demonstration, and let's create the timer widget. Now I've already built the event application over here. I'll click on it. And here I have the participant details form, which is the registration form for the events, which has the name, phone number, email address, and the event name. And here I have the event form, which has the event name, event in charge, the event venue, and the event details being captured. We have the event date and time, wherein you can mention the date and time specifically, so that you can use it for the timer as well. Now, once let's for us to create the timer widget, let's edit this application and let's create a new page, and I'll name it as registration for events. I'll create a page, and here I'll drag and drop this. I'll delete this element. I'll click on the static text, and I'll enter the value over here as Hari. Only few tickets left. Now, once this is done, I'll click outside. We have this text being created. Now I'll close this, and I'll attach the form over here, right? I'll attach the participant details form where users can enter the details of the participants here, right? Now we have seen how you can go ahead and access the marketplace inside the application. Now let's see how you can access the marketplace inside the manage sections. And inside the manage section, you have operations. Inside operations, you have marketplace under the application tab. I click on marketplace, and in the marketplace, you have multiple tabs. You have custom apps. Click on extensions, and here you have timer for Zoho Creator, right? So you can click on timer for Zoho Creator, and this would open the same page inside the marketplace, which has the help documents as well as the screenshots, ratings, and reviews as well. If you want to read how the extension widget works, you can get into the screenshots and read reviews and read the vendor details as well over here. Now I can click on install, and this would open the same dialog box with the check boxes. You can check these boxes, click on install, and this would take you directly to the installed extensions tab, wherein you can view the extensions. Since we have already installed, it is popping out an error. Here you have timer for Zoho Creator being installed. Now let me get back to the application. Here I have widgets, right? I'll click on widgets, and you have two tabs. One is installed and other one is custom. Under installed, I can see the installed widget extensions. I'll drag and drop the timer over here. And in the page variables, as I told you, we need to create the end time, right? I'll add a variable. I'll click on end time. I'll select collection. I'll click on add. Now we have added the collection, right? Now I'll click on script. And here I'll call upon the values as timer variable is equal to, I'll call upon the event form, and I'll have ID not equal to 0. And I'll enter the value. I'll call upon input dot end time equal to, I'll have the timer variable dot, and here I'll select the event date and time, right? So we already have a date and time field that is available. Now let's try using the date and time field which is available. If you want to just enter or hard code the time, you can get into the documentation for timer extension, and this would have all the supported date formats for 24 hours and 12 hours. You can go ahead, copy and paste it over here as input.end time as the timer, so that it runs till the end time that you are specifying as date and time. Now I'll save this. Now once this is saved, I'll close, and I'll also resize it as well. I'll click on custom. Now this is very big, 150px is big. I'll change it to 75, and I'll click on done. Now when I click on done, till now we have seen from the backend, right? From the developer perspective. Now let's go ahead, access this application, look at it from the user perspective. Since I have already entered a value over here, right? I'm able to view the option. Now I'll delete this. Now it shows an error over here, right? Since we do not have any value being entered. Now I'll enter an event name. I'll call it as roadshow. I'll have the event in charge as Sai Kumar, and I'll have the event venue as Zoho Corp. And we can give out the address as well over here, but the important field over here is the event date and time, right? I'll click on the event date and time, and let us give out a futuristic date, right? Let us give out a date of 16 February, and let's give out a time as well over here, and I'll submit it. Once I submit it, let's get into the registration form, and you can see depending upon the time that I gave over here as an output, I was able to view the timer, right? So this timer would run till the time that I have entered in the event date and time field over here, right? So this is how you can go ahead and use the timer inside the creator application. Now let me get back to the presentation. And there are other interesting use cases where you can use the timer for Zoho Creator as well. You can use it in learning management systems. You can use it in travel booking applications as well, where you will have specific times of countdowns of offers that are being provided. And you also can have it in e-commerce websites where you can have flash sales that are being put up only for a short period of time of 2 hours, right? So we would all have seen only products being sold for just in 2 hours, right? So you must buy the products in 2 hours, or you would have missed an opportunity of an offer, correct? So you can use the timer for Zoho Creator in these instances, and you also can use it for quiz and test modules as well. If you are having different kinds of quiz that you are running or test modules that you are running, you can have a timer that is being run to show to the person or the participant that there is only a certain period of time that is left out. And you also can have it in product websites where you can have it for events for products like launch events, where you can have a timer that has been run for the product to be launched. And now let's look at some of the key pointers. The major one over here would be that you can access widget by configuring it with the workflows, functions, and custom actions inside reports, and panel actions inside pages as well. So by using the timer from Zoho Creator, you can also configure it with workflows, functions, custom actions in reports, and panel actions in pages as well. Now let's look at how you can manage extensions. So when we talk about widget extensions, you have a lot of extensions that you can create, and then you can upload it in with Zoho's marketplace, or you can download multiple extensions and start using them inside your applications, right? So when we talk about managing the extensions, it is very important to manage all the extensions that we are installing. So in Creator, we have options like viewing extension details, viewing references. You can uninstall or install the extensions. You can do all that in the manage section over here under operations. You have extensions, installed extensions. You can click on the extension. This will show you all the references of applications where you have used the extension. What kind of extension that you have used will be listed, and you can view the reference as well over here for the extensions. Now, these are some of the key pointers that needs to be noted while using widget extensions as a whole in the Zoho Creator account. So you can create up to 50 widgets in your Zoho account. And then this feature does not have multi-DC support, where if you create a widget extension, for example, in USDC, you can't have it supported for another DC as well. So that is not possible for now. But With the widgets, you can use it in multiple pages inside the application, but you will have to use a single widget in a single page. But you can create multiple pages, and you can use different widgets in different pages as well. When you are exporting the DS file, right, you can't you will not have the extensions being included. So these are the key pointers that needs to be noted while you are using the widget extensions. So now we have come to the end of our session for today. We have a lot of other upcoming webinars which are free and which are very interesting. So I would like to give you a small introduction into the Learning Table series, which is a month-on-month free webinar that we conduct, wherein we take an industry and we delve deep into the industry concepts, and we create an application wherein it features all the new features that have been available with Creator, and we develop an application and showcase the application in this session, right? So the next session that we'll be conducting is on March 7th, and you can scan the QR code, and you can go ahead and register for the session as well. So the session is at 9 p.m. IST on March 7th. I repeat, 9 p.m. IST on March 7th. You can scan the QR code. If you have not registered, my co-trainers will be sharing the link as well. And if you have already registered, this is a recurring event. You need not register again. You can just share the QR code, the link to your friends and colleagues who would be interested in joining the session. Next, we have the Creator TechConnect series, which is the third part, which is on March 14th at 9 p.m. IST. I repeat, March 14th, 9 p.m. IST, where we cover custom widgets and extensions in Zoho Creator Part 3, where we delve deep into the development part of widget extensions. So I request you all to please scan the QR code. I'll be holding the screen for a few seconds so that you can scan. My co-trainers will also be sharing the links as well. You can go and save the link, and you can use it to share it to your colleagues and friends as well, so that they can also participate in the free webinars that we are conducting. So here, application development bootcamp. This is a very interesting webinar that we are going to conduct, right? Which is from March 19th to March 21st. This application development bootcamp is first of its kind from Zoho and Zoho Creator, wherein we will be showcasing how you can develop an application from scratch. What are the best practices that should be followed while gathering requirements? How you can develop an application in the perspective of the development process, and how you can get to the finished product of a application, right? So this will be covered in detail in a 3-day bootcamp, where we'll be concentrating mainly on the application development. So if you have any of your friends, if you are interested, or if your colleagues are interested in how application development can be done with all the best practices in Zoho Creator, please do attend the webinar and register over here. Please scan the QR code to register. It will happen from March 19th to March 21st. So let's start with the quiz contest that we had discussed in the start, right? So this is quiz time. Please put your answers in the chat section. So the first 5 answers, the first 5 correct answers would be given the 25% discount that I was talking to you about for the online training that happens every week from Zoho Creator. The first question is, what do we cover in the monthly TechConnect series? Is it industry, business use case, or technical topics in Zoho Creator? I'll be giving you 10 seconds. You can just put up the number of 1 or 2. Okay. The answer is technical topics in Zoho Creator. Industry business use case is being covered in learning table series, which we conduct on every first week of every month, where we cover 12 months, 12 industries. Every single month, we cover an industry. Now, let's move on to the next question. Where can you develop your own widget extensions in Zoho Creator? Is it Zoho Marketplace or Zoho Developer Platform? So, where can you develop your own widget extensions? Again, we'll have 10 seconds. So the answer is Zoho Developer Platform, right? Now, once this is now we have come to the end of our quiz as well, right? With the Click channel, inside the Click channel, we will be giving you updates on the regular sessions that we are planning to run. It can be Learning Table series, TechConnect series. We have boot camps, which are application boot camps that are coming in. We have also other sessions that we have planned in the pipeline. So I request you all to please go ahead, read the poll, and give your email addresses so that we can add you all into the Click channel, and we can go ahead and give you regular updates for the sessions that we are running. So my co-trainer would have started a poll now. I request you all to please participate in the poll. Give your email addresses so that you can get regular updates of the training that we are conducting with regards to Learning Table series or any other session that we are planning. I hope all your questions have been answered. Thank you all for your participation. Meet you all in another edition of the Creator TechConnect series. Thank you. I'll be ending the session now.